Yes, I'd like to know if God can commit sin.
If God
Can commit sin.
can commit sin.
Oh,
You see, I was surprised hearing this question. Can God commit sin? You see, God kills. He kills, but He doesn't commit sin. Because, after all, what does sin means? In the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, it says,
Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
therefore, sin is defined in the Bible as a transgression to the law. If you transgress the law of God, you are committing sin. There is another definition of sin. In the book of James chapter 4, verse 17, it says,
Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
to do that is good, and he doeth it not, for him it is a sin. For example, you are hungry. You're my enemy. My God tells me, love your enemies, feed them, give them food if they are hungry, give them drink if they are thirsty. Although you are my enemy, I am obliged by the commandment of the Lord to give you something to eat, even if you are my enemy. If I do not do that, in spite of the fact that I know how to do it, and I have the power to do it, therefore I am committing a sin. Not doing what is good, and you know that it is good, you are liable, and you are committing a sin. Another definition of sin is this. In the book of Romans chapter 14, verse 23, it says,
And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
whatsoever is being done by human beings out of faith is a sin. Therefore, God advised us to pity the poor, help them in their needs. But you have to do it privately. You do not have to advertise the good that you are doing. That is God's way of doing what is good. Now, if you are doing good out of faith, if you are doing good things to your fellow men out of your faith in God, then you have to follow God's way of doing it. But if you do it the other way, it is the Satan's way, it is the hypocrite's way, although you are doing good, you are committing a sin because you are not doing it of faith. Whatsoever is not of faith is sin. So there are three available, in the whole Bible, there are three available definition of sin. One is transgression of the law. Second is doing not the thing that you know which is good. And third is doing things out of faith. Those are sins. Now, can God commit sin? It is impossible. Because even if He kills, He is not transgressing any law because He is the lawgiver. He cannot sin because He is the lawgiver. He cannot be liable or will not be held liable in doing things which is in accordance with His will. Maybe you will ask, why do you say that God kills and in spite of that He doesn't commit sin? Because whenever He kills a person, it is out of compassion and love. If you have arthritis and you have that 50 years or 70 years, God, a compassionable God, will put an end to your affliction. He will kill you. Does He commit sin? It was done out of compassion and mercy. So, that notion of people practicing euthanasia, they say euthanasia, mercy killing is not true. It's not biblical. Because if you are a human person, killing another person according to you out of your mercy, it's called mercy killing. Are you trying to impress that you are more merciful than God? God wants him to live some days more, some months more. Then you are going to kill him out of mercy. Do you want to imply that you are more merciful than God? God is the most merciful. Let him live. If God wants him to suffer, God wants to tell him something by that way, by letting him suffer for a while. After all, God will take his life in due time. Let us read 32-39 of the book of Deuteronomy. It says,
See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is here any that can deliver
see,
out.
God kills. He make alive. He wound and he heals. And nobody can escape the power of his hands. So God cannot commit sin. It is his right to take life because he is the giver of life. It is his right to wound you so that you will learn a lesson from your wound. And God is always merciful. I believe that when he kills a person, he's putting an end to your affliction. 57:1 of the book of Isaiah says, The righteous
The righteous-
perisheth.
And no man layeth it to heart. And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
You see, sometimes this is God's intention of taking the life of a man. Sometimes he is taking that man away from another evil that is to come. So he takes the life of a man out of compassion, so he cannot sin. He cannot sin. Is that right?
Salamat.
Salamat. Thank you.